Good afternoon, friends. So, in last session, we have seen that what are the locators in Selenium that will help us to find the elements on a web page, and how these elements we can locate on the web page, and there are some properties, or there's how we can find, or how we can inspect them on the web browser. All these things we have seen in our last video. Okay, so today what we are going to do now is we are going to implement uh, those methods or those scenarios where we are going to use these locators. Okay, so that you will understand how we can use these locators programmatically. Okay, so let's start with that. So for what we can do, we can create a Java program. Okay, so let's create that. Let's say locators selenium. Okay, I'll just click on public static void main and finish. Okay, and let's first do open browser and all that stuff. Okay, so let's first set the path. Okay, so system dot set property. Okay, I already told you about all these things in my earlier videos, so how to set the path and what you need to do. So we'll go ahead with the Chrome browser. Okay, so let's find out the location for the Chrome browser. Okay, and here we are going to mention our WebDriver. Chrome driver. We already knew about that, and here we are going to place our path of the WebDriver. Okay, now open the browser. Okay, so WebDriver driver is equal to new. Here we are going to use Chrome driver. It's Chrome driver. Okay, and let's import the libraries with respect to the WebDriver and Chrome driver. Okay, we did that, and now let's navigate to google.com. Okay, and there we will see how we are going to use our locators. Okay, some of the locators. So driver.get is the method where we can navigate. Okay, or you can normally open the website. Okay, there are some functions with respect to the navigate also, so we'll see that in another section. Google.com. Okay, so that's it. Now we navigated. Now let's see how we can use our locators. Okay, now I have got open over here, so let me put the path first. Control C, Control V, // and this is Gecko. Chrome means Gecko. No, sorry, Chrome means Chrome driver. Gecko is for the Firefox Chrome driver. Okay, so Chrome, I don't think so this is going to impact anything, but that's fine. So Chrome, and here set path. Okay, now so once we open the page google.com, so let's go ahead and open the page google.com. So what is our test case is that, okay, we'll write something over here like we will search some words. Okay, so whatever this will take, will enter some value in this text box field, and then we'll click on the Google search. Okay, that is what we have to do. And let's see how many locators we are going to use over there. So in this test case, I'll explain you most of the locators that we are going to use. Okay, so now in last session we have seen that, okay, how we can see the locators, or how we can find out the locators for this text box and this uh, button. Okay, so now right click and then do the inspect. Okay, and now click on this inspect element and then go here and then click on it. Okay, so now here you are seeing that, okay, this is the web page syntax. Okay, so here let's find out if we have id. If we have id, we don't have id over here. Okay, so we'll just go ahead with the name first. Okay, name is equal to q. So we have name as a locator and q is the value. Okay, let's use that. Okay, so now here, how to what is the syntax, script syntax for that? So here I can say enter the value for search. Okay, so how we can enter that? First we need to web element. Okay, as I told in last session, how we can create the object of the web element is the web element, name of the element. Name of the element is what? Element underscore Google search text. Okay, equal to, what is that? Driver dot find element. Okay, find element, and then by. If you remember the syntax, by dot name, because we got the name over here. Okay, so this name. Okay, and what is the name value? Q. So we'll put Q over here. Okay, and this is done. Okay, so this is how you have to mention this. Now web element, we'll just move and import the web element from the in one of the Selenium library. Okay, we imported that. Now we have this object. Now we'll perform any action, some action on this object. Okay, so that way you will understand how we are going, how we have used this name. All the functionalities or all the methods that we will see in our next couple of sessions, but right now I'll just explain you how this IDs or locators we are going to use in our program. Okay, so this is then what you need to do, dot. So just remember that if you want to enter any value, then you have send keys. Okay, so send keys, and just search, let's say UK. Okay, so what it will do, it will just enter the value in this text box. It will enter the value in this text box as a UK. Okay, that's what it will do. And let's go ahead, and after that I don't need to search it. I'm just explaining you how the locators are going to be used. Okay, so after that we'll just wait for some time so that it will display us, and then we'll just close our driver. Okay, so wait for 4 seconds. Okay, that is, you know, that thread dot sleep milliseconds 4000. Okay, and you can close the browser. So browser can be closed over here. So you know that driver dot quit is the method to close the browser. Okay, so if you want this to be like add throws declaration or surround it with the try and catch. Okay, so done. Good. So this is what for the name. Okay, so now we are seeing locator name, how it is working and how we are trying to find out that particular field or the text box on the google.com, and then we are entering the value UK over there. Okay, so let's go ahead and start it, run this program. Okay, so run as and Java application. So once we run this program, what will happen? It will open the web page. It will enter the value in the Google search UK. It will wait for the 4 seconds and it will close the browser. Okay, so that's what it will do. So run Java application. So it's open and then it entered the UK as the value in that. It will wait. It waited for 4 seconds and it then just close the browser. So this is what for the name. Okay, so now we have used name as the locator over here. Okay, now let's go ahead and use another one. Okay, so we use name and now let's use what is there. Okay, class is also there, but I don't know whether it will work or not. But let's say Google search in here. Okay, here class is there. Okay, we'll use this because earlier here some spaces are there, so I'm not sure about that, but we'll see that. But here we can see, just we'll click on this button with this class name. Okay, so let's, instead of uncommenting this, let it open it on again, uncomment it. Okay, so it will be there. And now what we're going to do here, we'll use the class name. Okay, so we'll do the same thing, web element. Okay, element Google search, and it's a button. Okay, and then driver dot find element by dot class name, and give the class name over here. Okay, so what is the class name? G. Okay, I'll just copy this, Control C and Control V. Okay, I copied from there. So there is one another method you can do by this way also. You can access as many as methods you can by doing this dot and then sync by creating the object. There is one other way that I'll explain you over here also. So instead of this also, what you can do, if you want to just use one method for that particular instance, if you want to use more methods for that particular instance, then you have to create the object and then use the object. But if you are just using that just for the one purpose, then what you can do, you can remove this and you can just, after this dot, click. So we have to click on that, right? The button, click. I mentioned click over here. Okay, so this is what. Okay, so here what I'll do for a synchronization purpose, I'll just wait for, it's not needed, but sometimes synchronization issue, so you can just ask your driver to wait for 2 seconds and then click on it. Okay, and once click on it, it will go to the next page and then wait for 4 seconds and then it will wait. Okay, so here we have used class name. Okay, so this is for click, clicking on button. Okay, so now let's run it and see what the result comes. So open browser, then google.com, we put UK, and again it hitted on the click on the button and you got the result. Okay, and then automatically after 4 seconds it closed the browser. Okay. Okay, so that's how you have to use your class name. So you know that how class name we got, that we just inspected this element Google search and then we took class name. Okay, so that way you can use the class name. There is another one also, that is but name, but you can use the name also. That's not a problem. If name and class is there, then always give the preference to the name. Okay, uh, but here we are just trying to see like, okay, how to use all the locators. That's why I just took the class name over here. Okay, so that is one more thing. So now let's go ahead and see the another thing, that is text, link text. Okay, so I'll just, what I'll do, I'll comment out these things. Okay, and we'll go to the another link, another option. So we'll go for the link text. Okay, so now here on this web page, let's take an example of Google. So here you are seeing the anchor clauses. So wherever the anchor clauses, link text will work over there. Okay, so now this Gmail. So if I want to click on this, then what I have to just go here and find this. Okay, so I got this anchor clause, right? See here, it's anchor clause, and there is a link text, that is Gmail. So let's go ahead and use that. Okay, so now what we need to do, driver dot find element by dot link text, and link text is Gmail. Okay, and dot click. Okay, so that's how it will click on the link. It will go on the next page and wait for 4 seconds and it will be done. Okay, so let's see executing this. Open Google page, click on the Gmail and see it went to the next page. Click, after clicking on the Gmail, it wait for 4 seconds, done. See, that's how it is going to be working. Okay, now next is partial link text. Partial link text. Okay, so now let's take an example of the same Gmail. Okay, or maybe there are some other things also. So store. Okay, so let's go ahead and take an example of the store. Okay, store is also a link. If you go here, sorry, I haven't. So this store. See, this is again an anchor clause with the store as a link text. Okay, so the same we can use for the partial link text. So let's comment out this, driver dot find element by dot partial link text. Now let's say ORE, store, right? So STORE. So you can just partial STO also, it will work. Let's go ahead and see, but we need to click on that. So method. Okay, so let's run it and see what happens, whether it will open that or whether it will click on that or not. So open the browser, it clicked on, see, it clicked on the store, and we are on the next page, and it will wait for some time, and then sometime is 4 seconds, and then it will go away. See, it's gone, program is completed, running, and we can just this. Okay, so even if you do one more thing, I'll just tell you, RE, store, last two characters. Okay, and let's run it. Still it will run. Open the web browser. See, it clicked on the store. We are on the store page. Waiting for 4 seconds and close the browser. Perfect. So now we have seen partial link text also. Okay, so let's comment out this. So we have seen till now name, then class name, then link text, partial link text, and now let's go ahead and work on the next. So if we see what is the next is the tag name. We'll check on the tag name afterwards, or let's go ahead with the tag name. Okay, so the tag name, for tag name, in my last video I told you I changed it from find element to find elements, but I forgot to change from web element to list, because if there is the multiple elements we have to capture, then we have to put in a list. Okay, so list is equal list, and the element is the suppose links from web page, okay, equal to driver dot find element by tag name. Okay, and all the links with the anchor clause, all the links I have to find. Then 8. Okay, so that's it. Then sys out list dot size. So let's take a list from the Java AWT. Okay, and here is this, because we created the object for the list, right? So we can use the object now. Sorry, driver dot find element. I again took it's a find elements. Okay, let me check. Driver dot find elements by dot tag name anchor clause. Maybe list might not be from that particular part, so we'll just remove this. Let's take a list from the util one. Okay, so now it worked, and we are printing the how many links are there on the web page. Okay, so let's run it and let's see how the things will go. Okay, right click, run as Java application. Open the web browser, waited for 4 seconds, and it will close automatically, and it gave us the count as a 20. So it basically starts I guess from 0. So there are 21 links on the web page. Okay, so this is about the tag name. This is how you have to use tag name. Okay, there are so many things you can do with the tag name. I'll explain you in our next videos, but I just wanted to explain in this video how we are going to use our locators. Okay, so after tag name, what we have as class name, we already done CSS selector. XPath we are going to see in our next section or next session, where I'm going to explain you all things about the XPath. So now CSS selector. Okay, so CSS selector. Okay, so let's go. Driver dot find element by dot CSS selector, and let's take in one CSS selector. So how to get, suppose I want to identify this element with the help of CSS selector. So you just click here, you got this, and to find out CSS selector, right click on this, copy selector. That's it. Okay, so here that's it. Okay, and dot send keys because it's a text box. Again, UK. Okay, let's see how it goes. Right click and run as, and then the Java application. Yes, it worked. So with the help of CSS selector also it worked. You are able to enter the value. Okay, got it. Good. So that's the one. Let's go to the facebook.com for finding the ID. Okay, so driver dot find element by dot ID dot send keys. Let's send an e surya at yahoo.com. Okay, and let's find out the ID on the facebook.com. ID facebook.com. Okay, so go to the Facebook. Okay, so what here? Yeah, here, see, ID is there. Email. Okay, so I'll put email here. Let's go ahead and do what it does. Let's go ahead and see what it does. So run as and Java application. So this one is the last one from our locators. So oh, sorry. I forgot to change that. So it what I did wrong over here, because I haven't changed my website to facebook.com. So see, it failed, right? So what I can do here, www.facebook.com. Okay, let's run it. See, it's done. So it went to the facebook.com, it entered the value e.surya, my whatever my email ID, and it just closed the browser. So in this video we have seen almost all the methods, okay, all the locators, not methods, but all the locators for the Selenium, except XPath. We'll see a separate session for, we'll have the separate session for the XPath. So we have seen class name, we have seen name, we have seen link text, partial link text, and then we have seen tag name also, we have seen CSS selector, we have seen ID also. So okay, so this is all about the locators, how we can practically use those locators. If you have any question, you can put it in the comment section. Okay, and if you have any suggestion, you can put in the comment section also. Okay, so this is all about the locators in Selenium with the practical examples. Thank you guys. Have a good day. Bye bye.